Yo, what's happening, guys? It's your boy, Uncle P, with another episode of Uncle P's podcast. Yeah. All right, guys, let me just make sure that my microphone and everything is cool. I think we're good. Yeah. You all saw the heading below, and we are talking about the why. Now, it might sound like, what the hell, the why? It sounds so mysterious. You see, I noticed one thing, especially when you talk on Twitter Spaces. I noticed one thing that is becoming very common with women, and that is that women seem to think they know men better than men know themselves. They're so convinced that it's like they keep talking over men when men are telling them men issues. For a very long time, men have not had the ability to speak out because it was never seen as being manly. Men don't cry, men are always strong, men don't complain, don't bitch, don't moan. Now the platform has been put there for men to talk and let their feelings and emotions come out. But it seems like women have now somehow, I don't know, it's like the world has given them this platform where they don't need to be accountable for anything anymore. It's like everything has a reason. Everything has a reason. There's an excuse for everything. So, the why. The why has to do, and this topic, some of you are thinking, wait, he still hasn't said anything. This topic has to do with, do all men cheat? And the answer I keep telling you is yes, regardless of how many men want to argue this. I've already made my point about it. Watch the podcast, the videos that I've spoken about, and comment there, and we'll take it from there. The one thing that women don't want to accept is the why of the cheating. I've explained several cheating on some of the other episodes. The serial cheater, which is the individual that literally when they leave their home, they go look for a woman to have an affair with, to cheat with. And then there's the opportunist, the one that when the opportunity presents itself, in a sense whereby usually the opportunist, the woman is the one that shows interest in them and they just go with the flow. And then the one, and then obviously there's others, but this is the one that women refuse to accept and refuse to believe. And it's the mistake. Women refuse to believe that cheating can be a mistake. Now, this is the part where I explain, and most of you stop hearing or listening. Oh gosh, apologies. So, the mistake, the cheater that cheats by mistake. I'll give you a couple of scenarios on how it occurs. So, you guys at home, you and your partner, you get into an argument. So the guy decides to leave the house. He goes out, meets up with his friends. They decide to go out to a club, and then this girl starts hitting on him. He's not really in the mood. He's had a lot. He's drinking, and they start having a conversation. Well, and then they start sharing the conversation. And usually, while they're talking, they usually talk about the problem that guy is facing. The woman starts confiding in him and just, making him feel good about himself. And in that moment, depending on what the situation is and what the condition of the place is, several things can happen. And that may lead to him cheating, which is a mistake. Now, the mistake cheater instantly regrets it in the morning or whenever it is that the deed is done, they wake up, or when their senses come back. The issue is they've got two options. Option one is to talk to the wife and confess to the mistake. But the problem is society has convinced women that they can never forgive cheating, that cheating is so wrong that it must never, ever, ever be forgiven. So the mistake now becomes a secret where he can't confess to it. So he becomes a liar. In the process of hiding the fact that he had an affair by mistake through the anger, the alcohol. Oh, a lot of people are like, oh, now you're blaming it on the alcohol and the anger. Let me give you another scenario. A lot of married men have gone through this. I know I've gone through it. Where you have a child, a woman gives birth. She's no longer feeling sexy. She's no longer feeling comfortable with her body. So she no longer gives herself to you. So from the moment the child, maybe from, let's say, 9 months, from the moment the child is born to the time she actually is medically okay to have sex, that's plus minus 5 to 6 months. And depending on whether it was a cesarean or it was normal birth and how she feels comfortable with the body to let you in, you might be waiting a year plus before you touch a woman. You see, those are some things that men have to deal with that a lot of people, marriages, don't talk about. Because it's a norm. I gave birth. Deal with it. You see, those are things that women, for them, it's normal because I gave birth. Come on. Just understand. Yes, I understand. I also have sexual needs, which is part of being a man. Can you also understand? So while you are trying to, let me give you another scenario. You gain weight. You're no longer feeling sexually comfortable with your body. You see, women don't understand how much, what they do in relationship and marriages that lead men to seek elsewhere. Now, a lot of you may say, but then why don't you just leave? Why don't you break up? You see, that's the problem. Somehow, you all have been convinced that men don't have emotions, that men don't feel, that it's just easy for them to leave. Do you know that it is a man can sleep with a woman with no emotions attached whatsoever? It's purely for a come. It's purely for entertainment. It's purely to just let some aggression out. Absolutely no emotion, and still come back home and love his wife honestly and truthfully. As ironic as honest and truthfully is. The issue is, one, the lack of accountability of your actions when you do certain things that lead a man to do certain things is one of the biggest reasons why relationships ain't working and why a lot of married men are having affairs and why a lot of marriages are ending. Oh, now he's blaming women for men cheating and all that. Guys, listen, accountability is extremely important. The world has taught women to not take accountability for their action. A man's job is to provide for his family. A man, when he seeks a woman, he doesn't seek a woman so they can go 50-50, so they can share. The modern man is. I ain't talking about this modern man, no, or the modern woman. I'm talking about real relationship that carry value and character, that last with principles. When a man is seeking for a woman, he's not seeking for, and guys, I keep saying, stop taking that mentality. I'm not talking about a domestic woman cleaning and cooking and all that. No. I'm saying when a man is looking for a woman, he's looking for a woman that will complement his lifestyle.
Low battery. Please charge.
You know, guys, we need to be able to communicate with each other. We need to be able to communicate with each other. There's no communication in our relationships. We think like it's just normal. When you have your periods, you shut down, you start having attitude and this and that and this and that and that and that and that. Because a man apparently doesn't have emotions, you don't know the effect those actions have towards a man. And the problem with you men also, you are so manly that you don't want to talk about how this affects you. I'm telling you right now, rather talk to her and have her laugh at you, dump you, and think you are weak than be in a toxic relationship, which most of us are in. And we are in them because women believe we don't have emotions. And the truth is, with some of us, we are in them because we love our children and we do not see living a relationship and living away from our children. Some of us are in them because we actually do love our partners and we don't want to lose them, but things are lacking. And the fact that you've made a plan to get those things that are lacking elsewhere, therefore still being able to remain with the person that you love, although they are not giving that part or that thing, women will never understand that. And that's some of the battles that men gotta fight that women just don't get. And I promise you, a man does not need to cheat. A man can go a year without sex. I promise you, they can. But during that process of your transition, or the process of you going through things, or the process of your healing, whatever it is that is happening, your friendship, your communication, your love is extremely important. But the thing is, you guys tend to shut all that down. You love the children more, you forget about your partner. You focus more on the stress of everything, the kids, the cleaning, the this, the that, the that, the that, but you forget that I'm also going through everything to try and make money to provide for us. For you, for those women that are working and everything, guys, look at what I'm saying in a broader picture. Because if I can't go into minor in every single details, please look at it in a broader picture. I know you guys get it. The why is extremely important. You guys refuse to listen to the why. Because the world has convinced you that cheating is so wrong that if he does it, there is absolutely no excuse. He does not have self-respect. He doesn't respect himself. He doesn't respect you. He doesn't respect blah, 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 and all this junk. Forgetting that biblically, show me an African culture where you can't marry multiple women. It is in our culture, in our nature. We have taken this Western way, this doctrine, and we've adopted it, and it's brought in so much confusion into us. I'm not saying that we need to marry multiple women. You can be happy with one woman. Definitely. You definitely can, and you can get everything from one woman. But all I'm saying is, cheating has a why. And start listening to the why. And even if you're not going to forgive the man that you're currently with that has cheated on you, but you will learn the why. So that when you enter the next relationship, you know the things that leads a man into cheating, and you will not allow that same mistake to occur. The why is extremely important. And too many of you are leaving men, good men, for cheating and getting into new relationship just to get cheated on that relationship, and the process just keeps going on. And then men ain't shit. No, girl, learn the why so you can avoid it if you need to. I'm your boy Uncle P. Guys, peace. I'm going to see you guys on the next one.